akapost hizo responses zake, after which amesema hata the commissioner of the police has very weak response. After his response was a peaceful takeover. So instigate a country towards dictatorship is not really good. Lakini ile kitu yenye naweza taka sana tuongezee kwa hiyo agenda ya bill ni two things. Kuna ile badili ya Chancellor Olaf, right? Na nimesikia mtu mwingine akisema watu hawakwenda shule wakifikiria wataenda kufanya kazi menial, which is okay, lakini pia what are the details in it? And then lastly, $21 million given to us by EU to fund KDF for internal threats na external border protection. Kwangu siko na ikiadapt sana juu sasa KDF wamekuwa deployed against what enemy? Who's the enemy? It's not clear, right? Constitutionally, KDF are for threats of the sovereignty of Kenya. Right now, we have none, right? Tukatuma watu Haiti na Somalia. Those conflicts that are going there do not have anything to do with Kenya. Kwa hivyo KDF is funded against who? Tukitafuta hizo solutions ni poa sana tukiongea kuhusu like what is the future going to look like for a country where it's funded a lot for the forces for democratic reasons that are non-existent. Other than Asira ni poa kuweka hiyo energy ikiwa like constructive towards sasa kuchunguza vizuri palizi pesa zote zinaenda. $21 million in Kenyan money is a lot of money, you know? It's really, really important to kind of see what's going on. Lakini I pray everybody is safe because reject the bill.
All right. Lil King, Mwalimu, and then Anthony Muridi in that order. Kindly proceed.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Hello, fellow Kenyans, fellow Africans. Just a brother from Ethiopia showing up to express my feelings and just to show up in solidarity with Kenyans' brothers and sisters. First of all, I would like to express my deepest condolences to the families and friends of those who died for the cause. And as most of you know, the situation in Ethiopia, there's a massive, just literally a genocide waged on the Amhara people on an entire region. So I will not go into that in detail, as you all know the situation. But I'm so proud of you guys. This is the best example of practicing democracy in the entire continent of Africa. I'm a young man living in Europe just because I can't proceed my life back home in Ethiopia. So I think the world is watching. The entire continent Africa is watching what you're doing. So please do not let the emotions lead this moment, because it's a wonderful thing to have a look at for every African countries, and specifically is I think you are just giving such a massive homework for the generation in the continent at large. So just keep pushing forward, guys. Try to be well organized, not pointing out fingers to different individuals. I know there might be many more things to happen, but keep pushing forward. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Anthony Muridi, then there's Njeri, Muema, and Basiano in that order. Anthony, if you're not there, can we have maybe Mudbrik, Kinywa, Jerry in that order?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah,
can.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
We can hear
uh,
you.
Congratulations to everybody, and especially Gen Z, for successful occupation of parliament. The first time I heard occupy parliament, I thought it was an unachievable target, but you all proved us wrong. Previous speakers have talked about setting up a system, and I'm telling myself it's not a system problem, it's a personnel problem. We have all the systems, IPOA, IEBC, parliament. It's who we're electing. There's a lady who said we should think twice of who we're electing. Uh, I cannot agree with her. I mean, I agree with her. That's so very correct. And then, of course, we failed in our target of occupying State House, but there are more achievable targets like reconstituting IEBC, and I'm not seeing that enough on X. And also recalling, I think I can give examples of two achievable targets, MPs we can recall, Jalango and Karauri. We can do it. Recall those two first, and then Polycarp. I don't know. I don't think we have an IMF office in Nairobi, but I was thinking, can we maybe
Mudbrik, have we lost you?
I think we lost Mud Brick, so Kinyo can take over, then Gisare in that order. Mud Brick, check your network, and then maybe you'll request the mic again. Okay, Gisare.
Gesare, can you hear us?
Like, is there a network problem? Maclean, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think there is a problem because I can
I
see
mean, I'm trying to
that.
issue out mics, and there's an issue.
Reject finance bill. Can you hear us? Polycarp, I think we have a problem. I don't know. From my end,
Let me try and like refresh the whole space. Maybe I can fetch it.
Typos, if you can hear us, kindly continue. Anyone who can hear us and has a mic, kindly continue.
Hello, can you guys hear
Yeah,
me?
kindly go ahead.
Maclean, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, thank you. Kuna some disturbing photos hapo juu kwa Jumbotron. I mean, that kid ameshutwa sijui mara ngapi. That is a very disturbing image. Naangalia the X-ray. I mean, that photo is disturbing. In case you're wondering what is that Jumbotron, ni hapo juu kwa space. We've shared the tweets. Ni daktari actually ameshare, and it's one of the very many photos zenye wako nazo. It's so messy huko, I don't know. Anyway, let me try and give out mics. Meanwhile, typos, you can speak, and DVT, GN, you can speak.
Anyone who has a mic and can speak, kindly carry on as we sort the issue. We see what's going
And
on.
and and kindly, if you can speak, just drop, create space for other speakers, typos.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Back. Go ahead.
Yeah. First of all, I'd like to thank the Gen Zs and everyone online. We are literally doing God's work, so thank you everyone. And also, nimeona hizo photos hapa kwa Jumbotron, and it's very sad where we've reached as a country, but I think we're on the precipice of change. So I believe we must continue. For the people listening all across Africa, I'm so encouraged. Yes,
Hello.
yes, we can hear you. So let me continue by saying, for the people listening across Africa, I'm so encouraged because I recently read the new confessions of an economic hitman, and the IMF and all these European organizations. They normally get the leaders who they can compromise. And I think one of the things that they look for in such leaders is how much they are willing to be opulent at the expense of their people. So I'm glad that we've exposed this. And while we continue with this journey, I like a few things that we are doing. We are getting receipts for what has been spent for. We are now on the way to cancelling all these unconstitutional offices. And as somebody said earlier, it's a personnel problem. So let's deal with the personnel. Let's continue dealing with the personnel until we have personnel who we can trust and who can allow this country to move forward outside their greed and opulence. So it is a personnel problem. So we should focus on getting these institutions with the right personnel, and let's get rid of these personnel who have put us in these problems over and over again. Thank you.
Hey guys, hello.
Yes, Carol, go ahead.
Good. I just wanted to say that I've just joined this space, but I just wanted to applaud you guys. And one thing for sure, I know that people that are serious about the world economics are on our case, and they're watching everything we do, including the IMF, including the West, because we know this thing is not only propagated by Ruto, it is propagated to serve the interest of like the colonial masters. And I'm hoping after we are done with the finance bill, after we are done with the corrupt government, it's not just gonna be in Kenya. It's gonna be like be trigger a ripple effect all the way through Africa. Even if I'm still sad because I feel like Africa is not really angry enough, because Congo as a result of what Ruto wants to do to us, right? So I really want to applaud you guys, and you're doing such a great job. And tuko pamoja, and do not be divided. Be discerning, always be discerning, and make sure hata kama una watch mainstream media, make sure that they don't try to divide us in any way, because you know how deceitful they.
Carol.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, kindly, a polite
Okay.
announcement.
Can you hear us? And Ken, after that, then
Yeah.
engineer,
Like,
that order,
we've just
before we get Carol
interrupted
back.
her.
That is, if you can hear me.
McLean, like, I just wanted to put across one thing. Nikikupatia mic, just mute your mic.
You're
Kama
invited
kuna
to
mtu
co-host.
anaongea, just mute your mic. The speaker like can continue. Nikikupatia mic, mute your mic.
Polycarp.
McLean.
Amekubali mic is on. Hello.
Yeah, Carol. You
Oh,
can
is
land.
it my chance
Ken,
too?
can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Can hear
Alafu
you.
engineer, then
I can hear you guys.
Mailu. In that order.
All right, mine wasn't just much. I just wanted to applaud you guys and tell you that we should always be unified and always understand that no matter what kind of fear mongering root or throws to us, that we should always be unified, and that power belongs to the people. Even our constitution in Article 1 says the same thing, and we should not fear and we should not succumb to fear, and should always be courage. And we got this, guys. I believe we got this. As long as tusitulie, we don't go back to sleep. We always be aware, and we always equip ourselves with like up to date news, laws na vitu kama hizo. So I believe we're good. Our voices are loud and we are heard, because you can see he's fearing. Akwanga uoga mbaya. But we got it as long as we're unified, and don't forget that the people are the ones that hold power.
Pole ama kunaendaje huko?
Maclean, ati? We were listening to Carol. Pardon?
No, I'm good. I'm already done.
Okay.
Sikuwa
Okay.
nameingia. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Thank
Yeah.
you. So like we're going
Okay.
to listen to one gent and
All
then
right.
to one lady. It's okay.
Sawa. Haya,
Who's
thank you.
ready? It's okay, anytime. Amanda, Mailu, kuna Ken. Who's ready? Like
Can anyone with a mic hear me?
Yes, I've
Anybody?
spoken. I want to give out the mic, but
Amanda, go ahead.
Hey, good evening. I hope you all are okay. I hope you can hear me.
yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yeah. We can hear you, bro.
Yeah, first I want to condole with those who lost their friends, kids, families. I hope they rest in peace, and this fight is continuing. That is my belief. I'm just coming from town, kind of bad though, the way we God for that. Another thing I want to ask ourselves is, when we look at Burkina Faso, see how it's going. It's kind of a beautiful story for those people to have left the French. But for our case, it's like it's going to take a while for Ruto to stop this. In fact, it's not going to stop anytime soon. That is what I know about the guy. If we continue like this, then there is a problem that even us, we are not going to solve if we relent. That I know for sure. The thing is, what hurts me the most is the debts. Are we even paying them in the first place? Do you think we're paying the debts? Because the level of insincerity and irresponsibility in this government sometimes drives me nuts. Are we even paying the debts? And how much do we owe those guys? We need that kind of an audit, so that we really know how much we owe them and how much we're paying. They cannot tell us that we paid $500 billion. I don't know what kind of thing they're saying. Then they have borrowed again around 6 trillion. Are we borrowing or we paying? Some things don't make sense to me, and it really hurts me. In the case of jobs, like, you can realize that for us who are graduating, there are no jobs. Like, industries are closing. And the only compensation these people can give us is that we travel abroad for jobs. Like, really? So Africans, like, we cannot have industries. We cannot employ ourselves 50 years down the line. What are these people trying to tell us? If we continue like this, then what happens in 100 years? We'll still be here, being controlled by World Bank and IMF, and people tell us what we do and what we should not do. I think this should really stop. I think we are heading towards the right direction. But if we stop, like in 14 days, I know that this thing will become a law. And the question is, what if it does? Do we go back to the streets again? Of course, we need to wait until then. But if it becomes a law, do you think there is a way we can change that? Those are the questions that I'm troubling myself with. What are we going to do if the bill, because eventually those MPs will not let any change, meaningful change happen in that thing. Because that is where they eat. They will not touch the CDF. That is where the money is. So that means we don't have money for development. That means they will not, like you saw how they were ridiculing us yesterday during Ruto's speech. They laugh when they are asked about development. You see, it means they are not going to do it because they cannot touch other avenues where they get money. So there is no infrastructure. They are not going to do anything like that. They have taken health away. If they are giving us, then they're giving us a little. There are no medicines in these hospitals. So there's just a lot of issues that we really need to deal with. So I think because if we can have a way of presenting these things to at least somewhere there where someone who listens, which I haven't identified yet, I think maybe in 2 years' time things will change. But if we just say it, I don't see things changing sooner. I think things are getting more hard as days goes. I don't know what you think, guys, but for me, kuna vile tu nimefinyika, kuna vile tu I'm really, really frustrated with this government. If I was given a chance, I would wish that we even go to the streets tomorrow. I'm like tired, like literally tired with these guys. So I'm here. I'm going to listen to your solutions and I'm going to see what we decide at the end of the night. I think that is all I have to say. And thank you for the chance.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you,
Thank
Amanda.
you. Thank you.
King,
Thank you, Amanda.
and
I can see Kings,
friendly,
Bonnie,
proceed.
D in that order. I don't know. I think that's it for now.
Good evening, guys. Polycarp, McLean, Mambo.
Mazee tuko like hatuko fiti, hatuwezi sema tuko fiti, but we're here, Kings.
Okay, naelewa. Mazee hizo images za huyo mtoi ni sad, man. But I think yesterday, as I've been saying in all the news that I've been over the day, the spaces, if you saw the laughs of those idiots, those pigs, yesterday the way they were laughing behind the president, it's like today ilikuwa like our vijana wacha waonyeshe, and that is why they rallied up around hii kusema akina nani wamepatiwa do nini, so that now people do not have the energy to go to the streets. But now back to Amanda, I've heard what you said, and my response to you is that I don't think if we've really lost, because you see, a journey of a million miles starts with the first step. So we've already made the first step. Ruto has rejected that thing. Whether it is indeed it will in 14 days it will become law, but at least he stood before us and he said that he has heard us. So our responsibility as the citizens and this generation is we need to start holding these people by whatever they say. If he say that this thing is not going to pass, we are going to use the 2023 finance bill, then let that be it. So I think the way forward is we need to start, like today, if you've seen, there's a clip going around Moses Kuria akiwa in some church, I think somewhere in Central, wase wame walk out. So these now need to become the new norm. We need to show disrespect to these people, to waonyeshe that say if you do not listen to us, you won't be coming to these podiums za church ama nini, and then you start like, unaona, mnaanza kutudanganya, mnaongea bullshit. By the way, have you guys thought of it like this? Me, I was thinking today, ebu imagine ile story ya Epstein Island na story ya P Diddy. Venye Dennis Itumbi yuko, don't you think guys mse anaweza kuangana rekoda ma MP au maboy wakikulana haga huko na wako na hizo maclips, so that ikifika story kaa hii unaambiwa mse ni either ufanye hivi ama tuweke news zako online. Cause what else can make these motherfuckers? The other day they were so busy wana insist kupitisha hii kitu, and then jana prezo akishasema amereject, wana clap. As in, how stupid can you be? for you are almost dying the other day. Some nasikia wengine hata walikuwa wanajisusulia huko wakihepa from parliament, and then so that they could pass that thing, and then a day after the president is saying that this thing has fallen, like he has rejected it, and then they are busy clapping. Do they really have a mind of their own? What does these people have against them? Is Denis Itumbi the new Epstein nani wa Kenya? Like wako na so many things corrupt. Jiska ule MP wa huko Kiambu mwenye alimadam say maybe wamemwambia we, if you don't do this, there's this that we will do. So we really need to start now going to we go to fundamentals, basics. One of the basics is that we know these 212 motherfuckers by names. We know their constituencies. We can start with the ones that are near here in Nairobi. Wote, anyone mwenye alivote yes, aende. And then civil disobedience. Ukiona MP yote mahali, wakiwa church, tutoke. And then if you also see there are these wins that we've had. I don't think if in the world there is a country that has hosted big spaces like the ones we've done. I think we had one on Sunday or Saturday. It had like 1.2 million. Ya jana ilikuwa even the biggest audience yenyewe ilikuwa kwa hiyo ni ilikuwa over 120k. So we should now start. Ebu imagine 120k wako kwa stadi mahali. Hiyo ni big hata kuliko Wembley. Even Wembley can't hold that kind of a numbers of people ati wase wamekaa wanasikiza like whatever people were putting across yesterday. So for me ni hii kitu sahi kuna nini nimeshare hapo Polycarp kwa hii space venye nani amesema that iko rejected. So whoever mwenye anasema that we doubt it will pass in 14 days. Si already wametuambia hapa hadi wamesema iko rejected like in entirety. So then now it is us now to question like if you are coming to implement this thing and this thing didn't pass, then which laws are you using? So we should hold them into account, as in we should hold them responsible for whatever they are saying. Next is this thing that this guy was lying story kwa hiyo bill walikuwa wanasema ati wanataka kusort local manufacturers. Sijui story ya nini history ya madem ya pads. Msee amezero rate importation ya clinker. If you check on that bill, he had zero rated the custom duty na levies za clinker. Zimekuwa zero rated. The other day he was busy opening a cement factory in Pokot. That factory is supposed to produce clinker locally. Already ameenda kwa hiyo bill yenyewe anasema is supporting local manufacturers. Amesema clinker iko zero rated, meaning people can import as much as they can. So what does he really? He says this on this other hand, and then he also says on this from this, as in he speaks from his both sides of the mouth. So for me guys need to anze, let's reduce these pigs. Iji na muheshimiwa ikufe. We are the waheshimiwas. We are the people who have elected them into those positions. So how do you employ someone akwe staff wako and then wewe unaanza ni kama you answer to the staff? Sijui akikam.
Things wind up.
Sorry?
Things wind up. Watu wapige hata watu wengine contribute.
So my point is Amanda, hatuja lose, we haven't lost a lot. For me this is a start. We will have we need to now, this is like the beginning. So anytime that we see something, let's go for it. Tuingie street tufanye nini, we mobilize resources until umse ati kama ni kwenda pia aende. Sawa say.
Thanks. Tony, D in that order, and then D after that. Then Caro, if you can hear, unaweza maliza, then Ken.
Yes. Hello, guys. I want to thank Polycarp McLean for this chance and also for the space. I think this is where our voices are heard. This is where we can speak. We can exchange notes and all that. But before I continue, I still mourn and honor the fallen soldier. They were heroes, and their blood should be our mode of propulsion. It's the one that should drive us, you see. When we lose life of a young man, of a young woman, it pains, it hurts. These guys they were very innocent, and we're also very innocent. All we ask for is accountability. And you see now, when you ask for accountability and somebody comes with a gun, that means that person is not ready to listen. And that's a thing that we need we need to solve. That's a problem that has been there since we got independence, and that's the thing we need to solve. At independence, most people are illiterate, but now what wamesoma, people can be able to interpret, people can be able to read. You don't need somebody to interpret the finance bill, for example. Nasikia watu wako na notes huko ndani, what's happening, and that's a good thing. And I think the person who brought free education really helped us, because we can be able to comprehend things, we can be able to understand things. It doesn't matter how complex it is. So for the lost souls and for the blood of those young men and women who lost their life fighting for a cause, we should use that. That should be something that should be burning inside us. We should be that thing every morning, every night. That thing should be running in our mind. Tunakumbuka ati kuna mtu alikufa gunshot, si ati alikuwa mwizi, si ati alikuwa amefanya any deal, corruption and stuff. Anastahili tunakumbuka kuna mtu alidedi. And for that, on the matter of accountability, I always think, and I also, China became China when walianza kufanya mambo ati ukipatikana with a corruption case, it's not something that drags through the courts of justice for years. Inastahili kuwa na timeline. Kama presidential election petition iko na timeline. Hii mambo ya corruption, kwa nini
Ni kama we lost him. It's okay. D, you can speak. Alafu comrade, alafu Kenywa. That order. Nikiendelea kuongeza watu.
Hi guys, I hope mko fiti. Mnanisikia?
Yeah, tunakusikia. Ni kama space imedrop wengine,
Okay.
but it's okay.
I personally am burning with anger. Like, msee tu aende, like, ametunyanyasa ya kutosha. The fact that he's killing innocent blood, watu wenye hata hawana guns za kujitetea manze, he should go. We are tired. Honestly. Tunalipa tax. Tunafanya kazi, tunalipa tax. But bado anatunyanyasa, like, hiyo kwani haitoshi? Honestly, mi nimechoka. Nikiona the fact that I'm outside the country and naona hizi vitu zote zina trend, manze inauma. This man should just go, should just leave. Alisha sign the memorandum, inaitangwa aje, memorandum of understanding with the US. The US, we know that they are watu ni, it's all about land grabbing. Mbona anatuona fala hivyo? Alafu anakuja address the nation that anatry kufunika. Anafunika nini? And we are seeing. What is he doing, man? Atoke aende. We are tired. We are here fighting for our future generation. Tuko hapa tunafaitia masista zetu wenye hawezi ongea. Kupandisha tu, anapandisha aje mpaka tax za nini? Alafu anakuja kusema ati hiyo kitu imetolewa. Hajatoa. The thing that he aliignore to sign, akarudisha back to the parliament, that thing will pass. And then he is using the power to kill people. We are tired. We are tired. Our parents are there, wamenyamaza. Juu hawezi ongea, wamezoea kuopresiwa. Manze mtu tu aende. Mi hata nimechoka, like every time naona internet, it's all over the internet, and then he's coming and saying the way Kenya is okay. Kenya is not okay with him sitting in there abducting people. Why is he doing that? Manze aende, atoke aende. We are tired. Me personally, I'm tired because the amount of tax, hata bado hiyo kitu akiignore, bado hata akirudisha, anarudisha anisi ya cancel tu yote tu, like tujue, acha kutuchezea akili manze. The fact that he was there since kutoka 2013 huko na hajaifanya shit, sai ndio anafanya nini? Honestly, sai ndio anafanya nini? There's nothing he will change, nothing. It's all about lies and buying the church. Right now the church is quiet. Why are they quiet? Mbona sahi wamenyamaza? People are dying. Innocent blood. Mtoto mdogo sahi nimeona tweet. Mtoto mdogo 5 years. 5 years, honestly. Why is he using the force? Atoke aende. Honestly, mimi nimechoka. Mimi, yani life sahi, yani si wenyewe tulitoka Kenya manze, tulitoka Kenya, tumesoma, lakini hakuna pahali unaweza andikwa. Umeshatoka Kenya, umetoka uende ujiaslie, na bado umetoka huku, bado they are expecting you to pay tax. Tunalipa tax aje sisi wenye tuko outside? By sending money back home tunakatwa a lot of money, but mtu bado anatumia force, anasema sisi ni criminals. Hiyo kitu iliniuma. Atoke aende. Na bado anaenda kununua watu kama kina Oscar Sudi class 2 dropout, anakuja kuaddress watu na kikale, hata kizungu yenyewe hajui. We are tired. Like me, kitu yenye naniuma ni that blood. Why is he using life? Mbona anatumia makarao? Mbona why manze I'm done.
Thank you. We really feel your pain. Like hakuna words zenye zinaweza like express how we feel, like how we're like disgusted. Bonnie and then Lauren, kindly in that order.
Okay, hello guys. Pole, sijui nini net inashinda ikikatakata, I don't know. Hope I'll finish up this time round. So, I was saying, hiyo damu ya wase, wacha ikuwe driving force. Wacha tukumbukage, kuna mtu alidedi kwa sababu alikuwa na fight ya course. Let's not lose focus to remain on course. We know where we are going. Hakuna ati sijui nini, hapana. All we want is a better country. That is the main the main goal. So lakini hapa katikati kuna ile objectives kidogo kama hiyo finance bill, kuchange, kubadilisha leaders hapa pale, institution to make institution work, kama ni hiyo anti-corruption commission, mambo ya CDF itolewe kwa MP. You see ati CDF kitu gani? CDF my foot. Now hiyo CDF, what did they do? If I can give an instance, ni watu wana create two pot ya kudishido. For instance, there is a constituency somewhere somewhere in Nyeri. MP anaenda anatafuta huko relief food, anakuja anapewa watoi wa shule, alafu anasema anapeana food program na dozi inatoka kwa CDF, na chakula alipewa bure, ali hijack chakula ya relief. You see, those are the things we need to get rid of. So and kazi, wacha tuachie MP kazi yake. Kazi ya MP ni kulegislate na kuoversight. Akae hapo, wacha kura ijenge barabara ya oversight. Anasema hapana, hiyo barabara ijajengwa kutu standard. Na with that one, tukiwatolea all those privileges, at least we'll have some quality. Tutakuwa na watu qualified, watu wenye wana make sense. Hii mtu ati the only thing you can do ni kuibado every Sunday 20M, another Sunday 20M. God damn, where do you get that money? 20M is not just a bullshit. Hiyo ni kitu hata a civil servant anafanyia hiyo miaka yote 35 na hata kuwa amean the 20M. So we need to fix this country, and we fix this country by raising our voices, by making our voices heard. We have to be strong. We have to be vigilant. We have to focus. Follow one course until successful. We have to. Hakuna story ingine. There are no two ways. And don't be coward. You see, na pia, sometime tutakuja election, tuanze ku turn back into tribal cocoons, or mini Mluya, or mini Mkale and stuff. That shit should end. We have to get leaders. We have to get proper leadership in this country. For us who are on the streets today, you see, kuna regions ambayo sasa wanaanza kumisbehave. You see, you cannot get a group ati kuna kuwa divided na MP na ni doo zetu tu wanatumia, so wacha tusiwapee chance ya kutumia doo zetu and stuff. Na pia wakati wanaita political rally, we should mobilize ourselves hapa kwa hii space, tunaenda huko, so that akiongea upuzi tunamshukisha hapo kwa jukwaa, and that's it, because they are our servants. You see, we are the employers, you see, but si employer tunakalia mawe, employee anakalia sofa ya 10M, upuzi. So that nonsense should end, and should end, and should end, and should end. Lastly, to recap where I stopped before nikakatika, this issue of corruption in cases tumesema, now that's it. We need to have a legislation that we should have timelines for corruption cases. Mtu akipatikana ameiba shit, ati sao bado alirudisha dosi sijui nini. No. Kuna watu wengi Migori walisafa because of him stealing that money. So and ati saa gava imechukua mabuilding, hiyo do ilikuwa meant to build mabuilding so that ati gava ichukue properties and stuff. Hiyo do ilikuwa ya kuserve watu wa Migori, for example. And huyo mtu, that person is a murderer. And huyo sasa ndo mtu anastahili kunyongewa pale Uhuru Park saa 6 mchana galo, tukinyonga watatu. This country is okay. Watu wana shape up. We need just one president, two CSS, 5 PSS somewhere, one principal of a high school, and this country will be okay. We need a country, and we have to stick to that course. So thank you, Polycarp, and for hosting, and also for the time. Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie. So we're going to Bonnie K, and then Laurin Mwarabu, in that order as we get along. Na kama hapa juu uonge, kindly drop. Thank you. So in that order.
Okay, evening. Yes, I'm Bonnie K. Okay, my question goes directly to all of us. What are the strategies we are using so that we can take over? And number 2, are we for the rejection of the financial bill, or we are just for the remove of Ruto regime's office? We are here, but there's some who are just pushing for the rejection of the financial bill, and you know that the bill will only be withdrawn from Parliament if the Speaker has called a special meeting and they called for the removal of the bill from Parliament, which has not been even done. And I heard somebody saying that Parliament operations will stand until 22nd July next month. I'm not sure about it, but I heard somebody who is so close to the government saying about it. And we understand Ruto is a political genius. He has been in politics for more than 30 years. He knows all the strategies he can use to convince us so that we cannot go in the roads to protest. Yes.
Thank you.
I hope you are hearing me.
Korir, mute mic. Ukipewa mic, do us the courtesy of muting mic. Bonnie K, can you land kabla tuende kwa Lauren? Kindly. Nikikupatia mic, do us the courtesy of muting it. Bonnie K, land alafu.
Yes, I was.
Thank you. Thank you for your name. Lauren Mwarabu.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah. Loud and clear.
Okay, yeah, for me, it's just to say we have lost the plot. I can't believe today was the day, it was our chance. And Ruto, as in, like, he managed to divide us all with one speech, and we are laughing at our parents that wanadanganywanga na politicians. What will happen in 2027 if we give this man a chance to dialogue, and he's still committing massacres? We've forgotten about Githurai. We didn't even hold him
I think we
accountable.
lost her. Tunakupoteza tu kwa umbali. I don't know why. Sijui ni network ama nini.
I think it's my network. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah. We can hear you.
Yes, I'm saying, if one speech made us divided like this and decided to give this man a chance, and we are blaming our parents, what will happen in 2027? Our parents at anadanganywanga na politicians, and the same thing happened today. A few of us were in town, and I was expecting a major turn up. 2 or 3 people were paid, and they decided to, like, dismantle the whole cause. I think watu wenye analipwa ama wanatishwa na government we should shut them up, because I saw a tweet at Caliph alithreateniwa that his showroom will be burnt, and that's when he decided to scare people. When you look at their tweets, they're the ones encouraging people, and yet they have a lot of followers. When they decide to back out, it just dismantles the whole cause. And I think we should have one major cause, and that is Ruto must go, na tusisahau, cause tunasahau haraka sana. Vile tumesahau leo ndo tutasahau 2027 and we'll be fucked. So let's have unity till the goal is achieved. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. Next ni Engineer Kelvin. And kama like unataka kuongea, kindly inua mkono, nitakupatia chance. Na kama uongei, drop mic. Hapa chini niko na over 30 requests. So inua mkono, kama uinui nitakudrop. Engineer Kelvin, Njeri, alafu mwalimu. Tuende in that order, alafu karaoke.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Am I audible?
I can hear you clearly. Exactly. Yeah. Loud and clear. The floor is yours.
Yes. I was just suggesting that if this government is just fooling us. So the issue is, it's like today tu wameenda hivi tu ni kama wamewin, but men sisi we are educated, sisi watu wa CBC. So what we have to do, let's enter to those government institutions. We have clerks. We have clerks in the society. So me, I have a group of hackers, I myself. So I can just, if some of you join me, for instance, I'm an software engineer. So let's organize ourselves. Let's have teamwork. And with teamwork, my friend, I suggest we're gonna win this war. Luto must go.
Thank you. Like nitaku contact like tuongee hiyo mambo. So thank you Engineer Kelvin. So Njeri wa Moya, and then Mwalimu
Yes.
Rasta.
Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yeah. We can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. First, I would like to send prayers to every family member that lost their child. It's so disheartening to see people being murdered and people being massacred. And I'm going to highlight just a few issues to know what everyone is facing. Even with the projected, like Akina Hanifa, Cairo want to step down and all that stuff and trying to ask people not to remove this person from office. Amnesty International just asked the ICC to prosecute this guy because of all the atrocities that have happened for the past week. Watu wote wameuliwa, masaka ya Githurai that no media is trying to touch on. I saw nurses posting the number of bodies that are coming from Githurai at 157. Anas, nalisema the youngest person I met treat na amekufa is a 16-year-old. But today I'm hearing even younger kids have been killed. So this person has a trail of blood. since 2007. Tulistuka sana vile alituma Kiambaa Church watoto na wamama wakauliwa, you see, and their bodies were clamped up, and they were being, Odinga was going to the mortuary to see how bad things were. And we still elected this person because the church came and covered him. And we thought, oh, analia sana, amesema tumforgive, analia, you know, he has got over that issue. Like, let's forgive him. Let's move forward. We remember Uhuru when the height of the clashes in 2007, he asked people to calm down because Mongeke were also gunning for blood. It's like blood for blood, a son for a son. But things calmed down. They went to the ICC, the cases were dropped. And now the lawyer who was his lawyer at the ICC, Karim Khan, your prosecutor at ICC. So you understand how things work. Even if we had a lot of evidence that showed that he has ordered mass killings of people in Githurai, snipers shooting people in Nairobi, Kakamega, Kisumu, the prosecutor in charge of the ICC was his former lawyer. Let's start there. The lawyer who was his Kenyan lawyer, Yeshero, aliuliwa immediately vile Ruto aliingia into the presidency. And what was he doing? He had gone back and said he wanted to recant everything that they did to the witnesses that were trying to speak against what happened in Molo, in parts of Rift Valley, in all these issues that were happening in 2007. So aliripe ule lawyer wake alikuwa na evidence yake yote. Ule alikuwa najua kule mwili zake, all the bodies were buried. Paul Gishero died immediately he got into the presidency. They have already started prosecuting everyone that was sending messages to them with treason. Ishongwa, watu wale walitumia Ishongwa na Njuguna, CS Njuguna, text messages kuwasalimia, wameshaanza kupelekwa koti for prosecution of treason. So you have to understand this person does not relent and does not forgive. He goes back and basically takes care of everyone who he thought is a traitor to him or someone who was trying to overpower him. And a lot of those people are the youth, unfortunately. You have people like Akina Itumbi, Wanauza, Safaricom, our Nitokonia, let's call them what they are, they're Judases, that they're basically supporting this government to sell out the Gen Zs and the people who are driving this revolution. So we have to ask ourselves a very important question. Are you willing to stand down and be ukujiwe usiku kama vile watoto wa Githurai walikujiwa jana in their own homes? Are you willing to do that? Or are you willing to continue pressing for him to step down and resign as the president of Kenya? Because there are no changes that are happening. This bill is going to pass in 14 days. The speaker said they're not going back into the parliament. They're not going back into the parliament to talk about any issues that Atiruto Ali signed. They're not going back. They're coming back in July, way after the bill has already become law. So there is nothing that's going to change. Nyoro Ame published the bill that shows nothing in terms of allocation of funds. 7 billion kwa the president's office, 4 billion kwa the vice president's office. So nothing has changed. It's just that a lot of blood has been shed. So my question to everyone, are you willing to step down? And they will come for you individually in your homes. They do have the ability. A lot of people use M-Pesa, Safaricom, and Safaricom is definitely supporting them to show who is this who texts ya, nani alifanya hivyo, NIS inakuja kwa mlango yako, inakugongea, unabdaktiwa, unapelekwa, hautaonekana. So it's that question you have to ask yourself. Do you relent or do you keep pushing? He must resign. We do not want anyone to die, including him. We don't want anyone to die. We want him to resign so that the country can have the liberty of electing someone that represents their will and represents what they want for their country. Bruto staying in power will not help. Hakuna ABC itafomiwa. There will be no changes. And even next year, we're going to have a worse financial bill. That is my question to everyone who is listening. Thank you.
Thank you. Naona like mikono tutaenda karaoke, St. Marriott, Javan, Mwalimu Rasta, and then Washira in that order, kindly. Proper turn taking. Just air out your nini, alafu proper two turn taking. Thank you.
Thanks, Polycarp. I believe Nico audible there. Jerry, I think we should not be.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, loud and clear.
Yeah, Jerry, I don't think we should be that pessimistic. I think the future is bright. One person will not win against 50 million plus Kenyans. But first, commiserations to the people, families of the people who lost their lives. Wale waliumia, nasema pole. Niko a number of pointers that I want to share, and I want to share them within the shortest time possible, maybe three minutes or so. There is one thing that I would like the public to know, and I can only speak to them through spaces such as this. Some of them you already know. Gava, politicians wanashindwa kituambia, Ruto needs to increase taxes to generate revenue. Any economist, accountants will tell you, one of the ways government can raise revenue is by lowering tax. There was a TV debate recently. The acting CEO of Kenya Bank Association gave an example. A time during the second half of Uhuru's tenure, when they lowered excise duty and the government realized 4 billion shillings more than they used to get when the excise duty was higher. So I think all businesses during the ile time ya public participation, not all committee, Molo MP, Kimani, people are saying, just lower tax, give me space to breathe, and I will hire so many more people. So msikubali hii rhetoric ya, we need to increase taxes to generate revenue. Government can get more revenue by decreasing tax. So that's one point. The other thing that that not many Kenyans, particularly Gen Zs, are not alive to, is that Kenya is a very strategic country to the west. North, south, we're in the middle of Africa. East, west of Africa, we're in the middle of Africa. So we are the perfect country. We have an ocean, which is the Indian Ocean. We have infrastructure. We have a well-educated population. Nairobi is a hub for banks, airlines. JKI is a major airport. So the West wanaonanga Kenya iko very, very strategic. And because Kenya is very, very strategic, any agenda on Africa wanataka kuisukumianga through Kenya. I don't know how many of you are aware that the biggest CIA operations base in Africa, it's not in Cairo, it's not in South Africa, it's not in Nigeria, it's in Nairobi. And the same goes for the British intelligence. I believe it's the same for the Mossad. Kenya is a very strategic country. So what's the point I'm driving at? When you see that the US ambassador has never worked anywhere else, alisema Kenya was the first country that gave her the opportunity for the first time to work outside the US. She's a billionaire. She's a civil servant. Why? Why a billionaire as an ambassador to Kenya? Who drove that? So kuna certain interests, globalists, multinationals, wanatamani sana Kenya. And I believe, and this is now I'm coming to the point now, and I believe they have the president, they are holding him by the balls. He's under siege by them. And that is why you have Meg Whitman hapa hivi. Mdosi akona agenda na akona objectives ameambiwa lazima fulfill before atoke. That's what I believe. And you're seeing, ukiangalia kuna tweet Paul Mwita ametweet not too long ago. Amesema, this is our opportunity to reverse all the oppressive laws, including the Crops Act. There have been certain legislations that zimesukumwa chini ya reda. Gen Zs hawajui. I'm a bit older. I'm a boomer. I'm a father. But there are things that Kenyans, a majority of Kenyans, because Gen Zs are the majority of Kenyans, watu hawajui. So I'm using this platform kuwa enlighten. Kuna laws zimepitishwa zinasukuma globalists. Sijui kama kuna watu hapa hivi wanajua you cannot sell seeds. If I have seeds, let's say I want to sell you seeds for what? Popo. I need to go through certain registration, licensing. I cannot even import seeds. It's illegal because kuna legislation zilisukumwa za kusukuma multinationals. And actually, Paul Muite is making that point in that tweet. He's saying there are certain oppressive laws. This is the time to reverse them. Yeah. So and the West, they also want to come here. Walisha mess up na soils zao. Wameweka soils zao chemicals. Baka now soils zao haziwezi regenerate. Actually, if you eat a fruit in Europe, in the US, it tastes very different. Wakikuja huku hivyo usema melon yetu ni sweet, pineapple is very sweet because our soils are still intact, and they are pushing for us fertilizer. They're pushing this current government to import fertilizer to mess up the soils because fertilizers are not meant to be put on soils. Actually, what we need to put on soils is compost. So be wary of this agenda ya fertilizer. Nikimalizia, there's somebody I may mention that what is should we fight finance bill or should we get the government to resign? I think finance bill is a symptom. It's not the disease. We need to fight the disease. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. The disease is government. There are so many things that are being done wrong. Na zingine zimetajwa, I don't have to go through them. So we need to keep our eyes on the prize to see confusiwe na symptoms. Nimepena example, there are certain oppressive laws zimepitishwa, they already in force, some of those laws. So let's not spread ourselves thin fighting many battles. Similarly, let's not spread ourselves thin dividing the entire voters, number of the register of voters, kila mtu anajaribu kurecall MP. I think we need to concentrate our force on agitation. I'm not calling for war or anybody to be killed. I think we need the people who are demonstrating, they're young, they have a bright future, they should take care of themselves. But I think we have a lot of people who are backing us, Amnesty International, whatever. There is need to apply the force in one direction and to agitate for this current government to resign. That's my view. Finally, to the host, Polycarp. I've been taking part I've been listening to, I think for the last 3 days, my spaces every night. Na hope hapa naenda kule. And one of the things that I want to suggest to you hosts, you're not the only one, I'm sure. There are many. Kuna Kimuzi, kuna watu wengi, but at least leo nimepata mic. I was hoping that with the spaces yesterday, even Tuesday night, the hosts will ask, or there will be a platform where people say what went right with the demonstrations, what went bad, what are the lessons we carry for future demonstrations. So people learn, because there are people on the streets probably who have lessons. Because we will use this space, kila mtu atasema nimejam, but we should also we should provide airtime for people to strategize and say what it is that is working well and what's not working well. Personally, I don't believe that you can wage a war or you can agitate a campaign without a leader. Watu wamesema tutaki kuwa na leaders, which I understand, juu watu wa trust watu wengine na government can use that to divide people, but communication is the most important function of business. Hakuna communication, naona space moja nasema watu wa meet UN, ingine wanasema let's storm State House. So kuna vile watu wako, hakuna direction. So hata kama tufai kuwa na leaders, at least you hosts should have like a communion, ama mkwe mnaongea, mna strategize what's the common objective that we should carry in our space so that we all speak the same language. Thanks a lot. I didn't know I would take this long, but thanks a lot. I'll pause there.
Hello.
Thank you. Thank you, Sana. So si marinate. I'm sorry for interrupting. Si marinate, Javan, alafu Guyo. Thank you. In that order.
Okay, thank you. Ni Charles Mariet. I hope huyo mwenye ametoka tu kuongea asiende chini kwanza, because at least for the first time nimepata pia mtu anaongea. You see, whatever anaongea about, you might see it as if ameongea maybe seeds. Hii act yenye ilipitishwa kwa parliament about seed ilipitishwa, na I've been talking about it. I even tweeted about it some 6 days ago, I think. Ni kwa sahi wazee wetu wamezoea, if kama mnapanda mahindi now,
uende kwa jirani yenu muone maybe wako na another variety ama the same variety, any of you wewe uchange na yeye ama yeye akupe, and then wewe uamue utamshtaki ama yeye amue ataenda asema umempea seed, uko liable kufungwa for 2 years or a fine of 1 or a fine of 1 million. So is such laws zikipitishwa ni laws zenye zinahakikisha we are not going to be we won't be able to farm. Hatutakuwa able ati unalima alafu unakuja unatumia ile seeds ulitumia. Sorry. So what?
Sorry, Charles. Just to remind you also, Charles, thanks for supporting me. I was the previous speaker. Kulikuwa pia na law, kuna law imeproposiwa, sijui kama imetolewa. If you have cows, you need to be registered. You know that story, eh?
Yeah,
and people
I
are
know,
saying we've been having cows culturally. Why should I register? It's, yeah. So,
Okay.
I mean, there are laws that are being pushed and they have a globalist agenda. Kuna watu, kina Bill Gates, kuna watu wanapush kitu. And they have a puppet at State House. That is the unfortunate thing. That's why I'm saying don't fight symptoms. Sorry, Charles, I'm taking your... Let me get out.
Okay, thank you.
So, it's okay. No pressure, karaoke. Thank you for your input. So, Simarinate and then Guyo in that order.
Yes. You see, this acts, okay, ni sawa. Find in the opportunity yenye tumepata. If you can see out whatever has happened in the past few days, ni kitu yenye imeambia watu kumbe millions of people hawakuangi na nini. They have never been given a reading back when I was still in high school. This set book it was about a certain nini huko Uganda, ilikuwa inasema Queen, it was about a certain bee. I don't nimesahau, ni kitambo nikisoma. So if at all we can come Kenya, pia jana nilisema about this. Kenya tulipea the world M-Pesa. It was a very good technology. Sahi tuko na technology inaitwa e-Citizen. If us I can say yesterday we raised more than 20 million in less than 12 hours or in 12 hours in a day. If you can say hakuna mtu anatulipa hapa, what we are doing technically, what we are really doing technically now is we are working as members of parliament. Tunaitisha haki for other people. Nobody is paying us. Hakuna mtu anatuambia ati for ile awasenyo the host amekaa hapa as the speaker amekuja akisema ati now member of parliament atupewi sitting allowance or talking allowance. So if we can say now with the technology and everything, tunataka a platform yenye tukisema this mbunge ama huyu governor ama nani amepewa hii amount, this figure are reflected in a portal whereby you'll see, okay, this amount has been given this constituency or this county, and each and every amount hapa inafaa ifanye kitu. So we elect somebody mwenye atakuwa huyo tu mbunge ama huyo governor, but we as the people venye tuko na time ya kukuja hivi kwa space na kuongea, pia si one of us or some of us or all of us can log into this system na waangalie ni barabara gani wanasema imefika wapi, who are the contractors and who are yani this will give us a very a clear transparent a transparent nini way of doing things. Kama mtu anaona hawezi kuwa transparent, alafu sisi ndo wenye tunawapea kazi, si ati hawa kuje the first 2 weeks or 3 weeks ya watu tukisha vote for these people, inakuanga wiki ya kuenda kuchange their salaries. Mtu anasema hapana, tuongeze our salaries. So we can decide tuseme indo contract tunakutaka pale for 5 years and then this is the amount we are going to pay you. We are capping everything at this amount. Kama wewe utaki, achana nayo. We can have all these other things kwa nini moja. Alafu lastly, there is something about dissolution of this parliament or something or those of that sort. Say the parliament, if we go ni venye tu the constitution venye iliekwa, there is an arm of government which is the executive, there is another arm which is the legislature, there is another arm which is the judiciary. Now all these arms zenye naziita
zenye nimezitaja, all of them they should and they must work independently. Lakini the admission, the president doing what he did yesterday na surety yenye alipeana ilituonyesha one thing, that he is whatever anafanya, he's not following the constitution, kwa sababu yeye alisema okay, nimeitoa, and then unasikia inafuatilia hata speaker leo amesema okay, I not have to call the members venye inatakana, venye lawyers wanatuambia and advocates, kwa sababu wametengeneza their own way. Yeah, hiyo ni legislature, they have got their own way of kutengeneza sheria, sawa, lakini we need to come up with something yenye tunajua the legislature and the executive in any given time hawawezi kama mahali pamoja waseme kama president anaweza toka kwa chama ingine ama atoke as an independent, other members of parliament watoke as independent somewhere else or from other parties. Hii itatusaidia a lot. Nini, so sahi the parliament is not legitimate kwa sababu wamekataa kufuata venye nini sheria inasema, na pia constitution unasikia iko na mandate. There is something I was reading about nini 2010 constitution, and it said under article 81 under article 88 it in establish nini IEBC inafaa ikuwa established, na kama president haiweki, hiyo ni violation, ana violate constitution, so that is a ground of impeaching a president. But sahi tunafaa tumuulize like hawa watu ni aje, wewe unaweza tuwekea hii IEBC ama utu dissolve hii parliament, ama utoke underground kwa impeachment kwa kuviolate constitution. We've got so many things Kenya tu inafaa kufanya. Kuna one of the teachers nikiwa mdogo alikuwa anasema ukisimama chini ya jua haiwezi kuchoma vibaya, ati kuchome uwake moto sana unless tuko kwa area nyingine, lakini ukitumia lens ufocus all this energy in one point utachomeka. So we all of us here can focus all this. Tunaweza kaa tu chini na to decide okay, this is what we want. Kama tunataka kudissolve government, badala ya kufikiria kuenda na vita na nini, why don't we do it in this constitutional way? Because at the end of the day, the outcome is what we are interested with. So sahi kama ni outcome tunataka to dissolve parliament na nini, so we can dissolve the parliament, which in turn can go out there and impeach the president. Lakini tunahakikisha tunafanya hii kitu constitutionally without nini. Juu hii experience yenye naona leo, nimeona mtoto mdogo amepigwa risasi zaidi ya 6, nimehesabu na nikisikia mbaya. So whatever we need, if we need this, tukae tu chini na tuseme fine, hii ndo tunataka. The judiciary sahi iko na sisi juu inajua by the people want this. So kenye tunataka sahi ni kuenda tu kukaa chini na kusema tutasupport kama ni dissolution hivi ndo tunataka. Na I don't know, sijui utasema aje like a host or anybody mwenye ako hapa mwenye najua hapa tuko na mawakili wenye wako na nini, wanaweza to at least to advise on such. Asante.
Thank you. So thank you for those like remarks. So Guyo Abel, alafu Obi Deras, alafu tuende kwa
Thank you very
Maverick
much,
baadaye. In
Polycarp.
that order kindly. Alafu kindly mna take to like 3 to 5 minutes. Hapa chini
Alright.
iko na over 24 requests.
Alright,
Alafu nataka tu tuende tu 3 to 5 minutes, mtu asha like land, tunapatia mtu next, you know.
Sure, thank
But
you.
tuko hapa hadi kwenda saa 6, so like no hurry, ni venye tunataka kila mtu apate chance. Hapa hivi si ati followers nini.
Yeah.
We just want to hear like your grievances.
Alright, am I audible? Okay,
Yeah.
so first of all, I would like to pass my condolences to those heroes and heroines who have been slaughtered by the regime, and quick recovery to those who are in hospital. So what I really want to speak about is, we need to focus on Ruto's speech. Siku ya kwanza, mbona alikuwa anatishia watu? My first question, mbona alikuwa anatishia watu? And Adan Duale akaitisha military. So there's some things we need to look at it from this angle. Ruto with his advisors, They plan to use the military to, to demolish everyone, to kill everyone. But from my own interpretation, it seems maybe the military bosses, they maybe they had their own objection, whatever, and that's why Ruto's speech actually changed. That's first point. So mtu asioni ati Ruto amesikiza mavijana ama nini, hakuna kitu kama hiyo. Ruto had his own plan. So that is first thing. Second, we have to make sure that there is no forgiveness for those who killed us. There are people who we need to hold them accountable. Like IG. IG is the one who is in charge of this. Kidure Kindiki is the one who is in charge of this. We must hold them accountable tomorrow, next year, 10 years to come, but they shall never be forgiven. Another important thing also ni Gachagua. Gachagua ni mtu mwingine fala sana pia. You guys, you remember the way alikuwa arrogant. He used to say government iko na shareholder, whatever, blah blah. Now amesukumwa nje, anajifanya ati anatujali. Ati my sons and daughters. Hiyo aende ambie watoto wake wasituambie. Is very stupid, and our politicians, they are the same. Whether sahi wanajifanya wanatusupport, wanatujali, ama whether wako kwa Ruto or whatever, they are all the same. So we don't have to fall for them, and we don't have to forgive any one of them. We have to ask for the accountability. Who killed? They need to provide that. We need to have Inspector General be kicked out of office. We cannot allow him to continue killing our children. That is totally unacceptable. Next thing, wenye wamechoma hii country ni kina Ichungwa, kina Silvanus. Now, finance bill imekuwa rejected, yes. But can we let them continue to lead us again? That's a big question. And kina Ruto walikuwa naona hao ni wazimu, lakini hawajui Gen Z ndo wazimu zaidi. Watu hadi wanavuta tear gas. Walikuwa wanajiona, hao watu walikuwa wanajiona they have the power, they have the everything. But they don't know civilians ndio wako na power mingi. Power belongs to the people. Na vile mliona, there was a video I saw, Bolivia civilians, they chased military out of presidential palace without anything, just bare hands. So once everything settles, we have to also make sure, as we say, Ruto must go. First thing, see, watu wakisema Ruto must go, inakaa ni story ya jaba. But we imagine that the youth can occupy parliament. Nobody, they will not believe, actually. That's the right term. They will not believe the one of Gabriel. So now, wakisema Ruto must go, it's very possible, but how it's done, actually, no one should advise, because even occupying parliament, no one advised the youth, walishikana huko, waka make sure amefika hadi mwisho. We have no leaders. We have to continue like that. Na hii story wanasema ati tulete leaders waonge, hakuna kitu kama hiyo hatutaki hata watuongeleshe. Let them just do their work and let us do our work. That's all. Thank you very much.
Mtu mwenye niliambia next apik mic, sitakuwa narudia. Wacha tena nirudia for the last time. Nikipatiana order, mnaenda hivyo, mkiongea mna drop. So after this order, mfuate order, sitashinda nikirudia. So naona Obi the Ras aminua mkono, so Obi the Ras will go first, alafu Mofids will go next, and then tukuje kwa Samuel, and then I'll choose the next speakers. So Obi the Ras, uko around? You around?
Hello, can you guys nasikika?
Yeah, unasikika loud and clear.
Okay, thanks. So I just want to begin pia mimi by sending my condolences to the families who lost people today and on Tuesday. I'm very sorry. It pains the whole of Kenya, and we grieve with you. Secondly, ningetaka kusema, if it's possible, I'm sure there are a lot of injuries. Kama hujaenda Kenyatta to donate blood, please, kaa uko na hiyo time, go and donate, because there are many ways to help. So mimi I'm very happy to be here. Nimesikia Kenya wasa amesema kwa space and I really agree with what people are saying. Points zangu acha tu I just go through them. First of all, ningetaka kusema tumeona what professional bodies can do for this movement. Ni very possible LSK kutokea kudefend wasi wakienda kuprotest such that wametoka kuprotest, wameshikwa, LSK inaenda inawatoa. We've seen the impact of professional bodies when they're mobilized. So any other professionals that are here, link up, jueni vile mnaweza saidia protest, or jueni vile mnaweza kuwa politically conscious in and around what you do. Pia tunajua like pia tunajua like history. Let me talk about story abductions. Over vile protest imekuwa zikiendelea, tumeona there have been a lot of abductions, and I feel like vile wase wanaongea juu ya Ruto is very true. Umse sidhani ati saa tumemaliza he'll just chill, but at the same time tumeonyeshana that easy times za Moi. Umse hizi fikiria ini times za Moi zenye wase watachukuliwa wakiwa wamenyamaza. So we have to be very very strongly knit kama a community. Tujue vile who is your neighbor. Unaona kama mse kama Mushiri Mike, unaweza fikiria tu atakujiwa because of how vocal he has been. The same way mse kawe Polycarp, una host space saizi, wase wanaongea, tunajipanga, like pia wewe au ndo wasenye walikuwa nakujiwa. So just like have community, mjue vile watu wakikujiwa we speak up again. Kitu ingine about the Githurai killings, nimeona wase wana Blaze alipost link ya ICJ, anaambia watu if you have videos of people being shot of human rights violations, zitume huko mazee. Tweet those international bodies, kina IMF, UN, ICC, be a nuisance. Kenyans on Twitter, KOX, tunajulikana kusumbua. Watu wanasemanga we are bullies, but hiyo ndo advocacy yetu ya Twitter. Use that. Hiyo ni strength yako. Hata kama you have just 70 followers, hata kama you have just 100 followers, tweet, usinyamaze. Hashtag ya reject finance bill 2024 walikuwa jaribu kuisuppress, but bado ili manage. So be a nuisance. Kitu ingine ni sijui kama Mona Kimani Ichung'wah ameongea, our politicians wako so proud. Yani hadi saizi vile anaongea kusema bill imeisha, umsi haoni nikaa wa Kenya hawakuona, walimuona akicheka on live TV prezo akiongea. Like watu si wajinga, na hawa si inaweza kuwa hawaja learn lesson. So nasema hivi kusema hii maandamano we can do it again and again and again and again. Yani msione nikaa this is the last time. Na kuandamana, mi first of all acha niseme mi nilikuwa ground on Tuesday and leo nimekuwa pia ground. One thing I can say is tumesema we are leaderless and we are tribeless. Hiyo kitu ni poa, but I feel like sijui kama ni Karaoke ndo alikuwa anasema we need to have individual leaders for protests. Yani si leader wa movement. Yani we si msee mwenye unaweza ongea kuna ati unaenda kuongea na gava or something like that. When msee mwenye let's say tunaandamana cause for example wameshika msee or something like that, mimi kama Obidera sama mimi kama Moas na I take it upon myself kusema wasee ikawa unadai kuwa peaceful, tupatane hapa na hapa, hii ndio time yenye mimi nitakuwa hapo. Na una make sure una educate wasee wako kaa kwa space kaa hii, tunaambiana mkikam mnajua tunakam kwa peaceful. Kuna magunzi wanaweza tokea wakuje katikati yetu, lazima tukue like a certain number ndio tuweze kuandamana, like our voices can actually be heard. Kushikana na wasi wa media, such and such things are very important kwa hizi maandamano. Cause kaa leo makarao walikuwa wanaturusha tu matia gas, watu wanaanza kukimbia, na mkianza kuepa makarao hivyo inakuwa like mnakimbizana, and then amwezi gain such a big enough crowd that mnaweza hata watu watakamkuwa join. Nikimalizia please wase, like I said, even if your account is small, cause naona kaa there are people here wenye unaweza kuwa na tuseme 70 followers, 200 followers, 1000 followers, unahonga mse mwenye unakamingisha tu kucheka nini, join spaces na usikize wase, cause kuna wase hapa wako na knowledge mob sana. Unaona kasa hizi tunaambiwa juu ya vile wase wanataka kutupanga ki seeds and all that. You learn a lot from these spaces hata kupanga vitu kaa protest. Hapa ndo kwenye tunaongea. Vile Elon alikuwa anasema ikuwe town square, whether or not you like the guy, hii ni town square. Juu tuna kitu tunaongea. Vile mwenye si Mariet alikuwa anasema ongea hapa mazee, tupange vitu hapa because hapa ndio the easiest way. Hapa ni kaa bunge yetu sasa, unaona. Na tukimalizia, nimefurahi sana. Thank you for letting me speak. I appreciate it. Asante.
Thank you bro.
Sawa.
Tulikuwa kwa mob nani Mofids alafu
Oh, sawa.
Samuel alafu Nancy, kindly in that order. Yeah. Mofids, we can't like get you hatukupati clearly, ama kuna mtu anamsikia?
Hapana, tumsikie.
Okay, Nancy, you can pick the mic.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. I think the first agenda of the day right now, what we should focus on, Manze, let's start with, can we start a hashtag on this police brutality? My home is Rongai, but I live in Kasarani. But right now nimeka and I'm worried. Kuna bullet imepitia kwa gate, ikienda ikapata mzai fulani akona bullet kwa mguu. How sure am I my parents are safe? Kama bullet hata zinapita hata kwa gate. I think our first agenda should be, how are we going to address police brutality and these killings? At this point, hata kutoka nje unapatana na karao, you're more afraid than even a criminal. You're better ukiwa na your fellow civilian than even a police, because they can kill you anytime. Tumefika hapo. I saw that cop, nimeona hiyo video mpaka nimebidi nitoe screen. Ametoa tu bunduki, people are not armed, amepigana tu risasi. Why are you doing that? I am not even armed. Iende draw basi, simnipatie gun nitembee nayo, ndo tukipatana na wao tupigane risasi basi. Because at this point we are getting killed for no reason. Watu wagetho hawako wana nini? Watu wakao walikuwa nasikizwa marisasi from their homes. I can tell you for free, nilitoka kwa nyumba 5 years ago, I was driving to somewhere and I saw dead bodies kwa barabara. Msee hizi ni show shit. Watu waliuliwa Gedho. I saw 2 bodies kwa barabara na kulikuwa na traffic kubwa sana kwa hiyo kitu. So I'm very sure they were trying to remove the bodies or something. But I saw 2 bodies that morning. So it is quite evident there was mass killing, people died. And let them not try to politicize. The same way we came together and rejected the finance bill, let's come up with a hashtag and really they need to tell us what happened at Gedhorai, what happened at Rongai, and what has been happening in CBD. So right now, we do not have a right to protest. That way, protest ama mkule tear gas. Why are you using tear gas on people who are not harming anyone? Why are you using tear gas? Number 2, why are you using live bullets? Huyo jamaa, kuna jamaa alikuwa na miguu mbili iko na risasi na bado walimweka kwa truck. Hawa wase wanaona ni kama sisi binadamu, and they are being paid with our taxpayers' money. That is what is paying them. I think respect should be put there. That is what I am thinking. Our first order of the day should be wase manze, they address the cops, let them stop killing. Nimeona Eldoret wase walikuwa wametoka hapo na mapanga na manini, they are chanting nini wimbo za war na hawaezi uliwa. Akid in Rongai has 5 bullets. What is happening? Mtu ako na intention ya kuua ako kwa barabara, haezi fanyiwa anything. Hata tear gas hawajapigwa. Mtu ako Nairobi amebeba Kenyan flag, tear gas. Me have been in all protest. Tear gas watu wamekula kama sijui nini. What is happening? Can they tell us? That should be the first order of the day. And before they tell us what happened in Githurai, what has happened in Rongai, and let them admit the failure in them protecting the people. Right now, kama wao wanatuua sisi wenyewe, are we even sure if we have an external attack wanaweza to protect, and they're killing us? I saw a police officer akikanyanga mtu kichwa na iko juu ya kichwa. What is going on? Someone was kicked and their balls went to the stomach. Fuck this government. Can they have accountability? I think our first order of the day is let us another point. I was arrested along Limuru sababu I was parking and they said you're parking and chilling. Those people harassed me. Walitoanisha boxes zilikuwa kwa gari, kila kitu ikatoanishwa. They were 3 men with 3 guns. Maka nikauliza, you're coming to a lady with 3 men with 3 guns. Ni nini nimefanya? Hata mmoja angekuja bila guns, haezi shindwa kunihandle. 3 men with 3 guns. Kutoka hapo tukaenda police station, tukapatana na jamaa. Akaanza kuambiwa nitakupiga risasi. Literally hata huwezi jitetea, because the only thing unaambiwa nitakupiga risasi. I was trying to tetea myself and the only thing I was being told, nitakupiga risasi. Sasa hizo sina makosa. I ended up giving those guys 1,000 bob. Kwa nini? Niko solo. niko karibu sijui in the middle of nowhere kwa majani, I can easily be killed na nitupwe kwa majani and nobody will know. So these guys right now, killing is the order of the day and there's nothing we can do about it. Why? Is there no law? Are the police officers above the law? They can kill anyone. How many people have they killed tangu tuanze hizi protest? Alafu mi msia hizi ni show shit ati Ruto listens. People had to die for people. Why are you doing snipers on people who only have bottles? Na watu wako Eldoret wako na mpaka panga na miti, hakuna kitu wanatafanyiwa. Nini? People who are aged 18 to around 40 or 35 years wako kwa barabara na chupa peke yake, umewaandikia sniper. Like, what is happening? I think the first order of the day before we proceed with anything else, can there be accountability? Not even accountability. And those people who have been killed and we have identified them, history ya Rex ilisha tu hivyo. Huyo msee aliua msee na akaenda tu hivyo. Wao wako above the law. They can kill anyone. I am speaking with so much bitterness. That kid in Rongai did not deserve to die. Ni sawa hao wengine wameloot. Huyo mtoto ameloot nini? Have you seen that kid? Mira ni kama nimeona ni kama amekufa nikiona hiyo video. That is so wrong. By the way, it's so wrong. The cops need to be accountable. Wafungwe pia wao, they are not above the law, by the way. Hata sisi mali tunafanya kazi, uwezi kuongelesha customer, uwezi muongelesha vibaya ama uanze kutumiwa show cause na warning letters. Wow, they are there to protect us. They are killing us. Si basi waache kazi tukae bila cops. I'm so angry. Hata nimemaliza hiyo story, hata sitaongea tena kuzata nasikia kulia. It's so wrong.
Hello.
Somebody else.
Hello.
The mic.
Hello. Yeah. Polycarp, thank you so much and thanks everybody kuwa hapa. Naenda kuanza hapa kusema kwamba this is an instantaneous movement in ilianza like every other movement ilianzanga. They all start like a joke. The power the ruling class yenye nakuanga ina understandingi kwamba it's just the poor peasants ndo wanaanzishanga hii kitu. The poor peasants cannot do anything. The farmers cannot do anything. This is the same thing wameangalia these kids na kusema hawatafanya kitu. It's reached there. Elections ina to help sisi kuchoose leaders wetu. Na kwa saizi tukisema tunataka kuweka a face on this movement, tunataka kuwa na rallies every day ya kusema we need an election. That rally mpaka election ikue, and on that rallies ndo by natural selection leader itatokea in that manner. There is no way leaders watatokea in a different way. Hawa watu wamekufa manze. Hawa ndo wanafaa kuwa na picha zao zimepelekwa kila mali kwa hizi rallies. Ndo wakumbushe what's going on. Watu wakumbushe haututasahau hawa jamaa wamekufa. Now, the role of the government ni to keep what to say. President anatuma polisi Haiti, alafu anatuma military on its own people. What is this bana? Alafu tunasema tunataka kutulia hapa. Hapana manze, haiwezi kuwa hivi every single time. Free speech yenye tunashinda tukisema hapa, dissent voice yenye sisi tunajaribu kuleta. This is not what the permanent class inataka kuwa. The construction of the administrative step inafaa ianze. Calling elections na those bureaucrats wenye wako unelected. Wewe unafikiri umeelect MP na kuna mwingine pale anawekwa kwa ofisi without even wewe kumpigia kura, anakaa huko 20 years, anapush karatasi moja, analipwa 30 million. Anafanya this is global elites vile nani alisema. Wanaangalia Kenya kama position in the continent. Look around us. Wacha hata kwenda huko chini, angalia juu Yemen tu hapo juu yetu. Ina sound ni kali mbali na si mbali. Tuko in a strategic region, tumekuwa undermine every single time. The IMF, the World Bank. Forget about kuitwa puppets. Hawa ni elites wenye wako comfortable, hakunanga repercussions zishaiwa happen. This is the first time ina happen. And then tunataka slow down the movement. It's haiwezi kuwa hivi. We really have kuwa na rallies. Na uzuri wa hii inatusaidia uzuri wa kuwa na rallies yenye iko backed na election. Na kusema tunahitaji election inaleta international community wanatuangalia. Na international community nakuja nasema na wasaidia msupport finance bill yenu ama kuoccupy state house, lakini mkileta mambo na election inaleta global community wanasema okay, maybe this is what it is. Unaona, we have kuwa na funds zenye zinasaidia watu wetu. Kuna watu wanaumia bwana, watu wamekufa bwana, wamerudi negative already. Ruto alikuwa amewamaliza kabisa, saizi watu wanauliwa left and right. Unaona, na hao watu hakuna saizi fund yenye inaweza wekwa yenye inakuwa manage. Before tuanze kusema nani ana manage this thing, kama tuwezi manage fund tuna collect, niko na 100, niko na 200 nataka kuweka kwa this movement, ni wapi nitatuma hiyo? So tatuma wapi hiyo 200 kama iwezi kuwa manage na individual kujua aje before tuingie hata anything else? Tunataka kuwa stable, tunataka kuwa very formidable hapa. There's no way kwamba young people wako so educated much na wanaambia wasitumie the intelligence kufanya this. We can't have a faceless movement bana. Ushaisikia wapi kitu kama hiyo? The national government ina consolidate power that kwamba each individual person, parliament isn't anything, nobody can do anything. Wako hapo kukaa kungoja kama vessel, wanangoja kumwagiliwa something. There's nothing. I really don't think there's anything they end up to change. Anything ikikuwa slowed down. And talking this is one way to achieve this. The next movement has to be, okay, now where do we put money where our mouth is? Okay? If mimi mtu anaumia pale, mbona nisikuwe na 20 ya kusema this person anafaa kusaidiwa bana. I may not have to be there, I may not have kujua form ni gani, but I believe kwamba this has to be, it has to continue this way. Rallies on a daily basis yenye iko na agenda na team moja, na team inaendelea. Ruto has to go. When we call these elections, na kwanza kusema we need the entire government, the entire, kila individual mwenye kwa ofisi anakuwa recalled, and we have a new one, and tunaangalia reconstruction ya our constitution. Saizi watu wajui the rules of engagement inakuwaje, polisi akikushika what exactly is expected of him and wewe. Constitution ilichangiwa 2010. We don't even mtu ajui difference ile ingine na ingine ni aje. It's not that kuwa naive or anything. It's just we have kuenda back na kuangalia. Wana feature these things in the fine print. You can't tell. Ziko overlaid over that fine print ya kuelewa kwamba aje individual rights unazaliwa nayo bana. Government does not have to tell you how unafaa kubehave, how unafaa kukua aje. Do you know there are so many things ziko morally wrong but not unconstitutional, and vice versa. That haimaanishi tufanye anything out of the bounds. What it means ni kwamba when push comes to shove, mtakuja hapa within 2 years tunakuja tunasoma gazeti nasema Gen Z got close to the sun and they got burned because hakuna mtu alijaribu kufanya what was needed at that particular time. Oh, we can't have this, we can't have this. Tunajilimit after tushafika pale. That's all I can say kusema kwamba this has to continue and ifikie kila mtu kwamba we have kuchukua this fine print na kuelewa aje. If could you imagine unashikwa na una pull out that constitution, then wapi hapa? Where exactly is this? Where exactly is happening bana? Kwamba mtu anauliwa bluntly, mtu hajavaa uniform. Since we've never had anything like this. So before we continue ranting out, manze, thanks na wale wamekufa, we have to put posters kwende kwa rallies, those zitakuwa mbele hapo kila mtu akiona. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Polycarp kiasi.
Thank you so much.
Kiasi.
It's okay.
Polycarp.
Thank you. Alafu nataka kwanza kupatiana notice kiasi tu. Nataka nikapatiane notice. Hapa chini niko na like over 30 plus request. Kindly, the maximum you can take is 5 minutes. List ni refu. Wacha nianze nipatiane list hapa hivi ndipo tujue venye tunaenda. Ted, alafu Isaac, alafu Mufids, alafu kuna huyu Gauth, alafu tuende kwa Titans. Sitarudia tena. Mtu akimaliza within 5 minutes unazima mic, huyo mwingine anachukua. Sisi ni watu wakubwa, like tufanye tu hiyo smooth coordination. So yeah, we can go on. Ted.
Oh, okay. First of all, I'm very angry. Actually, niko furious. Angry is an understatement. Like, how the fuck do you kill kids? Like, nimeona a 14-year-old kid amepigwa shot kwa kifua. Like, the fuck, like, seriously, a 14-year-old kid. Unajua, ingekuwa someone in his 20s ama early 30s, ingekuwa nasema like, maybe the police walidhani anakuwa violent. A 14-year-old kid. Unajua how tall a 14-year-old kid is? Umse ako around 5'6", akienda sana 5. Like, alafu unaua msee, like the fuck, hadi mi sijui, like I'm very furious. Pardon me for cursing, but I will curse. Like, how do you expect
There's
me
no
niishi tu
pardoning.
like
Hapa hivi kuna freedom. If you feel like cursing, itoe. Like for example, fuck Ruto. In the moment, like
bana,
tulikosa kwenda State House ndipo tusiuliwe, but huku nje bro, kuna picha nimeona hapa, like niko so bitter, hata nikiongea naweza breakdown. Ted, please cook, alafu tufuatane in that order kindly. Alafu Isaac pia
sawa.
ujue line up mali huko, so just Pick the mic, cook.
Fuck the government. Let me start from there. Fuck the government. Fuck the police service of this country. Like at first, miliona the military of Kenya iko sawa. We were there, the military account for every bullet wanatumia. But the moment wamekuwa recall tu hivi, unapata like wansemangaje, paka akiondoka panya hutawala. Like how the fuck, like are you a trigger happy? Like msay, like you think this is a movie? This is not a Hollywood movie. You're not living in America. Umse ni a son to someone. Kuna an 8 month old baby amepigwa risasi, watu wanajaribu kumpeleka usiku kwa pikipiki wasi wawili, alafu polisi wanawa slow down, wanawasimamisha ati wanawaambia wapige magoti. Like seriously, a kid is dying. That kid hata hajafikisha 1 year. Wewe msee uko in your 40s, like that kid is almost like 1/40th of your life, na unataka msee akufe. Na wewe mwenyewe usiniambie ni accidental killing, because kani stray bullet umeshoot in the sky, si ndio? Ingekuja tu kwa msee moja, one bullet inge understand, but why 3 bullets on an 8-month old baby? There's a 14-year-old amepigwa risasi, amekufa tu hapo. Watu wamekuja wanaanza kupiga nduru, you know. Mi sijui, like me personally, me I'm scared of death. Like naogopa kuona msee amekufa, but kitu inaniumiza zaidi nione msee ameuawa, na ameuawa intentionally. There's
Mi ni
no way
human
utaniambia
blood. Mi ni damu, Ted. Mi nikiona damu ya mtu like mi nakwanga very insensitive by the way, but nikiona damu ya mtu mwili tu huwa inatetemeka. Hiyo headshot niliona, bro, that shit is haunting me. Mtu alikaa tu huko akazoom akatulia. Makosa ya mse ilikuwa kubeba flag ya Kenya. The guy hata hakuwa na crop or some shit. Niko like I'm hurt as a Kenyan. Ted, just cook. I'm sorry for cutting you short.
ni understandable. Every Kenyan is bitter. Like there's no way unaweza kuwa unaendelea na maisha yako tu kawaida, unaona msee ameuawa na uko tu chill, tunasema like we wait for the government. Acha nikwambie, the biggest mistake I've ever made in my life ni not turning up to vote. Nilikuwa opportunity ya kuvote lakini siku turn up, and I'm regretting it every day. Many Kenyans wanaumia, wanakufa juu yangu juu siku turn up kuvote. Like there's no way unaweza niambia like mtu umekaa tu kwa ofisi yako, unakaa tu unasema like umepeana order shoot to kill. Like it has happened. It happened on Tuesday. Last Tuesday. It may happen on Thursday. Kina Rex wamekufa. And then ina happen this Tuesday juzi. Alafu unaniambia tu like kwanza on your Tuesday jioni, the president didn't even give an apology to people. Watu tu wamekufa tu, ako tu hapo anatuita criminals. You're calling me a criminal because I stood up for my right. Unaniita a criminal juu like niliamka nikabeba bendera yangu ya nchi yangu nikauawa. Like that's an insult to memory. Alafu to make matters worse, mi kwanza niko na issue like mi kwanza tumebeba ufala, juku yangu ziko in order sahi. Ufala, the president amesema amerudisha
Ted, ni kama tumekupoteza ama like can anyone hear Ted? Kindly.
No, we can't.
Mtu hear Ted?
Sisikii Ted. Okay,
Ted,
mnanisikia?
tumekupoteza kiasi.
Yeah, I'll be back. Let me
It's
fix my internet.
okay.
Back.
Just take your time.
Acheni-
Line up venye nilisema.
Sawa, acha niingie haraka, hata sita take more than 3 minutes for sure. Number one, huyo jamaa mwenye mnaongelea amevaa alimado akiwa ameshikilia flag, alikuwa amevaa overall ya white, converse ya blue. Huyo jamaa anaitwa Erickson Mutisia. Erickson Mutisia mimi tulizaliwa around the same time, mtaa fulani inaitwa Kisekine pale Macha up until class 5. So mimi na Erico tunajuana. Number one, nimekuja kwa hii space si hata kurant juu ya gava, juu ni kitu mshasikia, nyote msharant, nyote mnajua the drill. But nimekuja kupatia a big fuck you to each and every one of us, me included. Leo kitu ili happen, tuli stand divided. Kenye walikuwa wanadai kudu to us wali succeed. Tulikuwa divided, tuka lose the plot. Kila mtu hapa deep down anajua alikuwa na a hint to his brain kama huyu ni leader wetu, huyu amelipwa. Tuli lose the vision. Tukienda kupigania hii nchi msee, hatukuwa tuna keep in mind sijui Hanifa ako hapa, Cairo ako hapa, sijui nani amelipwa. Yote ni drama msee. Hiyo shit ya sijui Gashagwa na Haji, hiyo shit yote ni stint. All of it kutupatia kitu to chase, tuka lose the bigger plot. Na leo venye tuli lose the bigger plot, hata sisi tulimado, ni mabro yetu wadogo. Hakuna mtu ana deserve a big fuck you kama each and every one of us leo. Hiyo shit inauma. Tukikaa tukumbuke sisi wenyewe tumefall for the same trap
waliangusha maparo wetu. Maparo wetu waliangushwa na trap ya tribalism. Si tumeangushwa na nini? Sijui wamelipwa. Are we even serious? Yeah?
Ukipewa mic, do us the courtesy of muting mic. Co-host,
Can
drop
you
him
hear
huyo
me?
mtu.
Unanisikia
Mute your
Polycarp?
mic. Mute your mic. Drop huyo mtu.
Me?
Nani
I'm fucking
huyo?
serious right now. Ni
Oh
nani
yeah,
huyo? Mute your
this is
mic.
William.
Nyolamo, nitakumute.
Wewe
Someone
jamaa
is
pia wewe fuck you man.
speaking
Mute
na
mic
bado
yako
una
man.
unmute mic. Nigga,
Wase
Isaac,
fuck you
endelea.
iko
I'm
deserved
sorry.
to each and every one of us, me included. Hakuna mtu anatoka
Time yako
fuck you
itafika
leo.
hapo Nyolamo, easy. Isaac, endelea
Hakuna
kujiexpress.
mtu ana evedio fuck you more than us. Leo imetuma tukiona tume lose the plot as big as msi hata siamini manze. Like siwezi amini. Tumechase Cairo, tumechase Hanifa, sijui wase leo tumekaa home. Tumekaa home. Cindy yako hapa, wase tulikuwa tumetokezea Tuesday. Mimi mwenyewe hata si work Kenya, but Tuesday nilikuwa hapo hivyo nikarudi job huku hivi Rwanda, wakitaka nikujie, nilikuwa na sponsor wase. Thursday bro wangu manze mdogo ananiambiaje Eriko ameangushwa. Leo nikamuuliza ulienda collect. Manze ni kama hii kitu ya leo manze sijui iko paid sijui nini. As in tuli lose to plot. Leo sasa imeangukia mabro wetu. Kesho ni mimi, kesho ni wewe. Tuka lose sijui kaskazini sijui. Like hiyo shit hata ifai kuwa kwa our agenda. Agenda yetu ni moja mse. Ujamaa ashuke. Na kama na siko ubaya. Manze kama uko ready kwa hii fight, acha tunayo. Acha kupropagate juu wamelipwa, acha kupropagate juu Gashagwa. Enda tu kwa street juu unadai kuishia. Enda kwa street juu unadai kuishia. Enda kwa street juu unajua kimekupeleka kwa street. Na kama uwezi achana. Na kama uko home na unaweza support wasi wako hosi. Madhangu alienda kucheki body ya Eriko wakiwa na madha Eriko anaitwa Karo. As in wase ukajaenda hosi ndio utajua wase wamemadwa. Hadi hatujongelea Githurai. Tushafika Ronga. Sasa next ni wapi Kitengela ama? Like wase tunafaa kuwa tusijifanye tuko better than mapora wetu alafu tuanguke trap waliangukiwa ya division. Na mimi nafungia hapa na I repeat a big fuck you to each and every one of us because we fell for the biggest trap enye wazae wetu waliangukia. Na hand over mic kwa msee mwingine.
Thank you. Maziwa, that was well deserved.
Yeah.
Thank you. Mufid's cook.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Polika, for hosting. And Isaac, we share your comments. We share your sentiments. I think it's been a bad day for us. Today, the government won, and by winning, it's killing more and more of us. So those who are propagating for people to stay out, we are still being killed. So it's more or less a loss. So where are we? People are saying, talking about leaders. Hi.
Net yako Isaac. Tunakusikia.
Thank you.
Mufid
Okay.
tunakusikia.
Yeah,
Isaac,
so
probably net.
where are we now? How did we get here? We didn't have leaders. People come to these spaces. Is somebody ever invited to these spaces? And people just share and people give out their plans and what will happen. So when one person or two people say don't go, they are not our leaders. As we have been saying, we are leaderless. I would say Jacob Juma is our leader. Always refer to that. He's the one who predicted everything that is happening right now. Yeah, so let's not relent.
MK,
We have
lineup.
not won anything. Even the finance bill has not been dropped until that point where the parliament will convene and withdraw that bill. That's the time that we would say we have won. And by withdrawing that bill, have we won? The last financial bill 2023 that was passed was punitive. Has it helped us? Did we collect even more money? We did not. So we are going back, if that bill is withdrawn, we are going back to the 2023 bill. And with the budget, it's not even a must that whatever is in the budget will be given out. Look at Uhuru. Look at what has been happening to our counties. They have to plead. Look at the education system, the capitations that they're supposed to receive. They have to cry out loud before they receive it. Yet our taxes are taken. So what has changed with this regime? that was not there before. The loans were being taken and were being paid. It's not that it's the first time that Kenya is paying the loans that we have. These loans we've been paying since we were born. So what is different with this regime that is different from the other regimes, that they cannot share out the money collected like the other regimes? So we have not won. Today, the government won. They decided to divide us, and they won. We had a very huge listening yesterday, and they panicked. They had to do something, and they won. They scared. Their scaremongering tactics worked, and people dispersed. We didn't have any real demonstrations today. But for me, from the point where we are somewhere. Who knew that the president could not assent to that bill? These people who are talking about protected zones, can you ask yourself, in case parliament was not breached, could we be having this conversation of going back to the 2023 finance bill right now? We would not. The president would have signed that bill and things would move on. And then we have been lied to by this regime for years. 3 years going back to their campaigns, or 5 years going back to their campaigns now. We've seen that whatever they say never comes to pass. So why do you want to believe now that they say they have withdrawn that bill, or the president has returned it to the parliament? We want to believe that, or that they'll invite us to the table to discuss anything. Why do you want to believe that we'll get something out of it? If Raila and the team have been trying the constitutional way for those many years and it has never worked, why would somebody sit here and imagine that we'd go the constitutional way and recall the members of parliament and it works? These members of parliament work with money. Whichever place money and power is, they will go. Tomorrow, you will go and go to the parliament, try to recall one member of parliament, and the response that will come back from the government is each member of parliament will be given 5 million. What will happen next? They will vote whichever way they want. If we had the demonstrations on Tuesday and on Wednesday they went to rubber stamp the KDF being deployed, the same people who you demonstrated against and shook them with fear still went to the parliament the next day and approved for KDF to be deployed on our own land. Our own leaders going to approve KDF to be deployed on our own land. KDF do not have batons. They have guns, as you witnessed today. So if somebody approves KDF to come to our ground, what are they approving? So if we have those kinds of leaders and you're talking about going the constitutional way, how, even the people talking about recalling these people, how will you manage to recall these people? It's our demonstrations that has put us here. We had no leaders. People went out, people aired their views. The government protested, ignored us, but now they know our power and they know these people have a movement. Continue with that movement if it means demonstrating every day until they give in to all our demands. And our demand is these people must be held accountable. The money that they are collecting must be accounted for. We have so many audit reports with gaps. We have ESCC that has never arrested anybody. We have CASs being approved that we don't even need. Why do we allow these people to continue? We've shown our power and we've shown we can make them do what we want. Let us continue and ensure these people do what we want. Let me just give you a perfect example today. Today, if you watch the news, we have people walking around with clubs in Eldoret, new clubs, which means somebody funded these people, bought those clubs, made a plan for them to work so that they would beat demonstrators in Eldoret today. Have you had any government officials speaking about it? Have you had any government agency going after these people or going after the planners? No, they are going after our children in the streets and after our children in the estates, shooting them. Yet we have criminals working with clubs, arranged criminals working with clubs in Eldoret. You won't even see any action taken at them or even any discussion about that. Yet that was a clear illegality. That's the government that we have. So you guys decide. We have no leaders. If today somebody comes out, Boniface Mwangi comes out and says, guys, do not go out. He is not your leader. Go back to what did Jacob Juma say? These people will not listen to you. These people are eating and plundering everything that we have.
let us rise up. If it means demonstration, let us peacefully demonstrate. Let the government show its teeth the way they are doing. Let us continue marching, carry our flags, carry our handkerchiefs, deal with any goons that are coming to join, because like today in Nairobi, I think we saw so many goons coming in pretending to be protesters, yet they are not. We know the kind of protesters we've had and how peaceful they have been. So let us march on. I believe it's the demonstrations that will help us, because these people, there is no constitutional way that will work with these people because of the kind of money they're receiving and being bribed with from this government. And this government will bribe them with anything to ensure that they remain with them. Thank you. I think that's where I'll stop.
Thank you.
Apologies.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go.
yeah, hello. Oh, thank. Yeah, I thought I was next here. Hi guys, how are you? First, I think I have like 5 minutes here. That is the maximum time given by Polycap. So, I will try to maximize on it. First off, I will start by, passing on my condolences, my heartfelt condolences to the families who've lost their loved ones, the bereaved ones, and actually, I think, for my case as well, I have a friend. He was shot. At Nakuru, the guy got shot. He's actually, we're supposed to bury him next week as per the family. So it's actually one of the heartbreaking things I've seen for the last couple of days. And then today I go to work and I haven't been on media all day. Then I come I see a kid being shot like 7 times, 9 times, and then it's death all over. I have seen my other the other guys who've spoken before me have literally highlighted on that as well, and Polycarp and whoever is in this space, man, that is one of the most sickening thing I've seen. You'd rather kill someone, you'd rather kill Ichungwa pardon me, or a corrupt politician like Dismas Baraza who shot someone and is walking scot free. You rather shoot someone like that with a sniper. You don't go for the kids, man. Like for teens, they're actually trying to showcase and stand for their rights, man. Like this is one of the sickening things that I've done. Secondly, I want to say a big fuck you to the government, to every corrupt politician. The other day when Ruto was actually making his, lying sentimental about him, returning back the financial bill to the parliament for another amendment and all that kind of shit. I saw people laughing in the back, and the same people who are laughing at the back are the same, stupid people who are actually voting and, ruining this country. Man, let me tell you back. Let me take you guys to the, Uhuru regime, Kibaki regime, and all the back time. There wasn't really enough taxes being collected, in regards to the way Ruto puts it. Of course, there was lots of looting and all that. Let's out of let's say like 60% of tax was being collected, right? And the country was really moving well because there was literally accountability from every government department, like be it judicial, be it executive, be it this, legislative, be it the literally every organ of the government was actually accountable for how they spend the money. And over the 60% of the total tax collected by the Kenyan government was actually adequate enough. Even if when it comes to borrowing, we would actually have surplus to to donate and to actually do developments. And then you come to this particular government, you realize that the tax gap is actually quite high. Now the problem, I think I've realized the major thing about this government is that the spending. Let's say Ruto borrows 100 billion, and like 80 billion goes to the pockets, sitting allowances of the MPs, traveling or whatever. At the end of the day, you realize we Kenyans who diligently work for our money, genuinely work for your money, you sweat for it, you do shifts 8 to 9 to literally earn your money, real money, no skimpy business. You get to really be overtaxed, and this is actually killing us. So, I would really suggest that we actually have a sit down, because I've seen a tweet where someone has said, if the president want to talk to the to us, because we don't have a leader who would actually represent us, because that is a fucked up situation that would actually be bought out. We would actually have an open space on Twitter. Twitter is one of the powerful tool we have right now, and you've seen that every member in this space has literally reached out and spread out the voice and fought for their right in whichever way they can. We've been on the streets. Those who've not managed to go to the street have used this particular app to reach out to the international community. That is, I want you to take this moment to be, to take pride in yourself. Beat your chest up and say, you were part of a revolution that actually changed this country. Then I'm gonna say this, like, from literally the day we started demonstrating, this country is not going to go back to normalcy. Like, everything is messed up right now.